Well, thank you very much, everyone. We welcome you to Port Harcourt, but to go straight to the point, I disagree with you that we need an opposition to defeat the incumbent. Only if the opposition is opposed to the incumbent. There must be ideological differences. We must be a spectrum of people who are different from the people who are there. If you support removal of fuel subsidy, you are not different from the government in power. If you support and live a corrupt lifestyle, you are not different from the government in power. It is the people, the Nigerian people, that will defeat the incumbent, not their friends who do not want to change the old order. The question you also ask is, will I step down for someone if they have better chances? The question is, what do they have chances to do? Is it the chances to continue more of the same or to change the trajectory of Nigeria? I'm not here as a presidential candidate to manage Nigeria's decline. I'm here to change the country for good. If anybody is willing to change the country, I will work with the person. But I will not work with anybody who simply wants to replace the old order with an older, even ricketier order. That's my position. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to go straight to my solution to security. Because not only did I study security, I covered the security in Nigeria, I identified the problem. There are 3 stages to solve this problem. The first, of course, is to stop the bleeding. And by this, we must motivate our security agencies. We must provide internationally based standardized system of security. I'm the guy who said I will employ a drone as the Minister of Defense. I'm not joking. I hate the bureaucracy that caused the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. But most importantly, nobody wants to go and die for you when you are paying them 56,000 naira per month. I'm talking about security agencies. I'm the guy who proposed 500,000 minimum wage. And people said it will cause inflation. And I'm asking, why is it that when your senators who do nothing are taking 30 million naira per month, it doesn't cause inflation? Why is it that the governor can say 1 trillion naira that we all know it doesn't cause inflation? It's only when we want to pay workers who are risking their lives that we talk about inflation. The second aspect of it is, of course, a medium-term process, which includes the job of you lawyers, enforcement of our laws, so that people who perpetrate insecurity don't get away with it. And I'm talking about not only the kidnappers, but their backers. I know, and I agree with my friend, the lawyer there, Adewale, that Nigerian leaders are criminals. They are involved in insecurity. They use their houses, their vehicles, they use their influence. If a major kidnapper is arrested, all these governors can confess to you, they were former governors. The people that intervene on their behalf are rich people. They are the ones who bail them out of the police station. They are the ones who make sure that the legal system doesn't work against. You lawyers know this. You know it. You confront these problems when you are litigating a process. Some of you participate in it. I'm not accusing you lawyers of participating in crime, but some of you do. You help them escape justice. Don't stop me, because you don't stop the big men.
I did stop.
Yes. But most importantly, and that's the last part, that's very important, we cannot solve insecurity in Nigeria without addressing inequality. The reason why our young people prefer to kidnap more than they will stay in school is because it's more profitable to kidnap people and make money quickly, because their leaders are living flamboyantly and they want to be like them. Their mentors are living flamboyantly and they want. So we must address inequality, and that is why, as a political party, the African Action Congress has stated that we will invest in free education so that children can stay in school. There are 30 million of them that we need to take off the street. That is 30 million potential kidnappers that you are put in school. We are going to build 1 million homes, public homes, mixed income housing. It will provide jobs for gazillions of people. We have an economic program that will transition from this fossil fuel-based economy to a green economy. Our agricultural value system will be different. All of this take people out of the street, give them jobs, give them dignity, give them a different lifestyle, so that you do not have as many people who are engaging in crime as you are having now. Finally, I want to tell you that terrorism in Nigeria is an industry. It's an industrial complex. I agree with our brother Adewale that until you take out the terrorists in government, you can't take out the terrorists on the street. Thank you very much. Support federal police. I support state police. I support local government police. I support campus police. I support even township police. And we already have all of them. But I have a proposal. We must remove security vote from governors. Put it in an escrow account. So that if we hire state police, if they don't pay them, we pay them from that escrow account. It will be dangerous to have irresponsible police commissioners in the hands of the governors. I am a person who suffers from police abuse on a regular basis. It is in my own interest, personal safety, not to support irresponsible policing. Let's ensure that if we are a federation, we are truly a federation. And what that means is, I don't know why we are debating state police. The Constitution has made it clear. All the federating units must be able to control their own security. But your governors are stealing local government money. We must make sure that they have autonomy. We must also regulate and standardize. What do I mean by regulation? If any of the state police agencies go rogue, the federal police must be able to move in, take it over, and ensure that they stop acting rogue. That is the only part of my own caveat regarding state police. Otherwise, I support policing at all levels. And also, they always already have police at all levels. What is Amotekun? It's state police. What are the vigilantes doing? It's state policing. What is Agune Chamber? It's state police. The difference is Agune Chamber is rogue. We need somebody who will be able to go there and control them if the governor is misusing those powers. That's the only difference. Okay. But I want to tell my friend, Governor Amaechi, since he's not in touch with his presidential candidate, join us. You have lost touch with your presidential candidate. It's not too late to join our party and let us liberate this country. But you will not be vice presidential candidate to me. We have already chosen one.
Thank you very much. Okay, colleagues, we've been joined by the presidential candidates to your turn. We're talking fuel subsidy. Where you stand, should we remove fuel subsidy? And if we do, what do we do with the savings? And if your position is no.
If there's anyone who has been consistent about non-removal of fuel subsidy, it has been me. And it took Amaechi and his principal almost 10 years to catch up with me. They have now reversed their position on fuel subsidy. The question about subsidy is, who are you subsidizing? You are subsidizing the elite. You are subsidizing the governors. The only people who are doing well since they removed subsidy are the governors of states. And when they talk about subsidy, they make it sound like they have not removed subsidy before. I was a student in 1989, they removed subsidy. In 1990, they removed subsidy. They said Nigeria will be better. We are in 2026. They are still removing subsidy. They are robbing Peter Obi to pay Bola Tinubu. That is what removal of subsidy is all about. The poor people of this country only benefit from subsidy from petrol, gasoline. There is no subsidy on kerosene. What did they build with it? There's no subsidy on A1 jet fuel. What did they build with it? Please, don't let these politicians lie to you. I love one thing that Amaechi said. He said, apart from Sowore and Adebayo, the rest of us have been in government and we have failed. They have no business coming back. Yes. It is, you guys should be apologizing to the Nigerian people. Let me say one more thing.
Stop lying.
Let me say one
Stop
more
lying, Sowore.
No.
I said judge us by our achievements.
No, I'm adding failure to it.
Say so. Don't quit.
Okay. One other thing I want to say is that when it comes to subsidy, right, transportation policy is important. We have a former governor of Rivers State here, Amaechi, who built a rail line that went nowhere. If that rail line was working, subsidy would have been working for the people of Rivers State. Okay. I'm not attacking you, but your records are here in Rivers State. And we cannot ignore that those of you who have governed before, who refuse to subsidize your people. Peter Obi did not subsidize education in his state. Lecturers and doctors went on strike for 13 months.
Okay.
You may like him as a person, but he did not perform as a governor. That is the truth.
Okay.
And we can't keep pretending that there's nothing wrong with Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
People have run Nigeria up to this point.
Thank you very much.
I will not remove subsidy.
Thank you.
Because the poor in Nigeria
Thank you
is to
very
be
much.
subsidized instead of the rich. We are already subsidizing them with waivers. We are subsidizing their lifestyles. They are driving convoys and big stars and air jets.
Thank you.
We have a duty to return power to the people and subsidize the poor. Thank you very much.
I know Sowore very well. He knows I know him very well. Playing to the gallery will not make you win the election. You will not win. Now, why Sowore will not win is not you shouting. There are no more than 24,000 lawyers who are here, and there are 93 million voters. So 24,000 should vote for Sowore and see whether he will win. That's not the issue. Let's go to what he said. Where are those from Lagos? There is Lagos Ibadan Railway is working or not? In my time, it was working. I don't know what's happening under Tinubu. There is Abuja Kaduna Rail working or not?
What happened?
Now, where are Rivers lawyers? Please take Sowore around. Where are the Rivers lawyers who are present? Take Sowore around.
Okay.
Sowore, I said I built that road. I built this road. I built this primary school. I built that primary school. Sowore, what is your experience?
All right, go
When politicians are talking, close your mouth.
Yes, you have the right of reply. Yes, you have the floor. You have 1 minute. 1 minute. Thank you very much. Let's listen, please. Let's listen. Thank you.
Let me join others in standing up. Please, mine will not be, I'm not answering, I'm not defending anything.
My people, you have seen the debate, how Sowore was giving out key point that touches all the politicians. And so many Nigerians fail to see this, but Sowore is making a very vital point. What was Sowore's main point that Nigeria failed to see? His point was based on accountability. He pointed out that any leader who is not accountable enough is part of Tinubu administration. That any leader that supports first subsidy removal is not different from Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because first subsidy removal is just like you robbing Peter Obi and giving money to Tinubu. Rotimi Amaechi, who has been in position before, saw this also that first subsidy removal is a system in which Nigerian presidents are using to steal money. Now, should I give an instance that in 1993, when he was still in school, they removed first petrol subsidy. What did they use it for? They removed gasoline subsidy. What did they use it for? Nothing. Now let's also look at the current administration. Bola Ahmed Tinubu said that if you remove fuel subsidy, Nigeria economy will come back to life. But what happened when Bola Ahmed Tinubu removed subsidy? Everything skyrocketed. Nigerian citizens are living in hardship, whereby the poor masses cannot even use their generators again. The poor masses cannot even feed 2 square meals a day because of how the price of things in the market. That is why Sowore has said that any leader that supports first subsidy removal, the leader is not accountable enough. That is why he gave an instance that when Rotimi Amaechi was Minister of Transport, what did he do? He removed subsidy on transport in order to rob people. He was unable to solidarize his people. So Rotimi Amaechi, from his past record, does not have any good record. He went over to Peter Obi again, that Peter Obi was unable to pay the doctors for over 30 months, that Peter Obi is not accountable enough. Sowore hit the nail on the head. He saw so many, but the response Peter Obi gave to him shows that the lecturers did it on purpose because they know that they have ambition. That they don't never review what caused them to go on strike. But in the case of Amaechi, all what Sowore said is true. I'm not trying to back Sowore, but record speak. Peter Obi was lucky enough that his record speak for him. But Rotimi Amaechi, I'm not backing it. Peter Obi is seen as a better forerunner as they all gathered. And Sowore is saying nothing but the truth. That is how Sowore have also said that if they ask him to step down as a presidential candidate, will he going to step down? He said yes, that he's going to step down. But he's not going to step down for people who are in support of the old order. What is the old order? People who are in support of the first subsidy removal. Because the first subsidy removal is just like Ali Baba and the 40 thieves. Who are the Ali Baba and the 40 thieves? And Amaechi said that our president, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is Ali Baba and the 40 thieves that remove first subsidy removal just to enable him to steal money. So Sowore is saying that he's not going to step down for the people who are in support of the old order, who are in support of first subsidy removal, because they are all criminals. That he's only going to step down for someone who is more accountable. My people, let me ask you a question. In all the presidential aspirants that were at the conference, who is more accountable? Who is Sowore going to step down for? That is the questions Nigerians need to be asking themselves. Because all those people seated there, they have held one political position and the other. That's why Sowore pointed out Rotimi Amaechi that when Rotimi Amaechi was a minister, what was his record? He did not do so many things that Rivers States were in many debt, many Rivers State people were in many hungers. So he's not going to step down for someone like Rotimi Amaechi. He's going to step down for someone who is not in support of the old order. And he also stated something again, that the people who are in government are the terrorists. So the only way to stop insecurity in Nigeria is when the people who are in Asuro, who are in the villa, step down because they are terrorists. Who are these terrorists? If we will ask, who are these terrorists? Is Sowore indirectly telling us that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is terrorist? Is it what he's telling us? Because that is the only man who is in the villa. So he said that the only way we can stop this insecurity is for us to deal with people who are in the villa. That is the only way we can stop insecurity in Nigeria. And my people, I so much believe in what Sowore said. Because you cannot say, my child is a thief when the father is not a thief. If the father is not a thief, the child will not be a thief. If the father is a thief, definitely means that the child is going to learn the way of his father. That is why the children is pointing out that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they should deal with insecurity right from the villa, right from the Asuro. That if they can deal with insecurity right from the Asuro, because they are the one terrorizing Nigeria. If they can deal with those terrorists in that road, then Nigeria will be in a better place. Because the poor masses are not being able to protest again. The poor masses they are suffering in Nigeria. That is what Sowore is pointing out based on accountability. Who is accountable? Who is reliable? Who can change Nigeria? You see, I like what Sowore have just said. If you pay people well, they're going to do well. Because you're not going to tell me that you pay someone for the 7,000 naira and you expect the person to risk his life for you when the person have wife and children. That is why some of these our military personnel are engaging in armed robbery, engaging in kidnapping, because they no longer see good money to feed their wife and children. How will you be paying someone big money when our politicians are going home with a lot of money and stealing from us? Stealing money recklessly, borrowing recklessly just to have money on their pocket while your children abroad. If a senator is earning 30 million naira, what is it actually doing? Nothing. Just to sign papers. And they are paying them per each sitting or allowance, different from the money government paid them. And someone who will go with their uniform to risk his life, be gone, to fight for the security of Nigeria, you are paying the person 47,000 naira. If you can pay people 500k, then they will do their job. It is a very nice opinion from Sowore, and I believe that so many politicians will not see it. They will call it. They say the money is too much. It's going to cause inflation. Why is it not causing inflation when governments are going home with 1 million naira? 1 billion naira. Governors are stealing money from the state. It does not cause inflation. When you pay people well, in order for them to meet their standard of living in which they are today, you see inflation. Nigeria can never be better when all these corrupt people are in governance. Nigeria can never be better when we have all these thieves in governance. So just like what Sowore have said, he can only stand down for someone who is accountable. Who is this man? That is what Nigeria is asking. Because from the look of things, it's only Peter Obi and Sowore that we saw that they are quite different from these people gathering here. Atiku, Barawo, Tinubu, Barawo, all the rest, Barawo. Who is going to help Nigeria? That is what Sowore is saying. Who is going to help Nigeria? Because even right now, the lawmakers are part of this. And Sowore said that whenever someone committed a crime, whenever all these people committed a crime, these insecurity people, the rich people which are the politicians, they are the ones going to go and bail them from the jail. Then how do you expect corruption to stop? And that is why you see that Sowore pointed out all these things, and Amaechi reacted that all these things we are saying, I say you should judge us from the past, our past record, because Sowore said that from the past record, Peter Obi shows that he's not accountable. Amaechi shows that he's not accountable. Atiku Abubakar shows that he's not accountable. Tinubu shows that Tinubu is the boss, shows that he's not accountable. That he's the only one who is accountable. Amaechi reacted. Amaechi gave Amaechi verse. He said, the Lagos, the Port Harcourt lawyers are here. I do this, I do that. Is it not working? In my time it was working. I don't know in Tinubu government, in Tinubu regime. Does it mean that these politicians derive pleasure in destroying what others has built? Because Rotimi Amaechi said that even though the lawyers sitting down here vote for Sowore will still not win election. Why did he say so? Because it shows that Sowore was desperate enough to become Nigeria leaders. And if he's been elected, I believe he's going to do what others do. He's going to do worse than what Tinubu has done. That is what I see it. And that is why Amaechi was saying that Sowore, you cannot do what I've been able to do for my people in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State. I do this, I do that, I do this. What I did that Rivers State are still enjoying to today. That he was able to stop insecurity in Rivers State. I believe that. And the look of things, Peter Obi responded to him because that the major reason why the lecturers go on strike, because they don't give the reason. That is why you have to divert the income and invest in public sector. That is why if you look at Anambra State today now, Anambra is very developed in terms of health facility and on the rest. So in all of this, my people, I want to hear your honest thoughts in the comment section. Was Sowore right in attacking Peter Obi and Amaechi that way? Is he saying the truth? I want to see your honest thoughts in the comment section. And anyway, my people, if you want to keep hearing the latest update on this NBA conference debates, please do well to subscribe because we are dropping the next episode. Thank you and subscribe and stay tuned.